All right, before we go into the depths of this deep, throbbing unboxing channel, can we discuss redo of Healer, the anime? I don't know Pasta watches these, and she's not paying attention, but I'm going to ask her to link this show, and which means she's going to have to get a link from me, because like Interspecies Reviewers was an anime that teetered on the line, like teetered right on the line of like, is this a hentai? Are they fucking... it's still entertaining and funny and fine. Redo of Healer smashes a truck right through the wall that is hentai and parks about 3 football fields away, like into depth into the hentai. And I need someone to talk to about it because no one else is watching it really, or people who've seen it or already read the manga. I just need, like, I can't bring this up with my family. Like, no one in my family is like, oh, tell me about what you're watching on TV. Oh, well, Mom, there's this show where, and I'll give you, I watched 4 episodes as of the taping of this. 4 episodes are out, and I've watched them all last night in a row because I couldn't stop. Do I give you like a synopsis of what the hell is happening in that show? So, magical world, not an isekai. There isn't a dude, he's not from somewhere else. He's just like, all right. And he's chosen one, he's a hero, he's got the glowing hand thing. So, you know, that's like God comes down and picks you for this purpose. And he's a healer, which is like the weakest class. And apparently in this world, when you heal somebody, you feel all the pain that they took and you take that upon yourself and then you can heal them. And it kind of drives you a little bit fucking crazy and you don't want to do it because it like hurts. Like if someone gets their arm severed off and try to return their arm, like you feel your arm getting cut off. So he doesn't want to do it. So the people who he's like teammates with, Diablo's here. The people who he's teammates with are like the princess, and they're, can I say the C word on YouTube loudly? I don't think I can, but imagine the C word screamed in this echoey thing. And because he refuses to perform any more heals, and he's there like, he's the best healer, they make him drug dependent, like you do with a mule, like sex worker, and make him need to have like hardcore drugs, like heroin level edible drugs in order to, you know, survive. And he's like, you heal us and we'll give you more drugs. So that's the type of people he's working with. And it turns out he gets an immune, like the story resets at some point at the very beginning of the first episode. He goes through all this shit. He becomes this omnipotent fucking asshole because of all the people he's healed. He's also felt all their experiences. So all these great warriors that he was healing while drugged, he knows how to do their moves and shit. And like that's kind of actually an awesome little mechanic they've got going on there. He like learned through osmosis, like Neo. These are the TRN-TA1s, Pasta. So he defeats the Demon Lord in episode 1. Boom, that's what everyone wants to do. He does it. He gets the Philosopher's Stone, and he I guess what I should say is he turns on his teammates, who are the C word, so big the Hollywood sign would be like dwarfed by it. And he uses like this philosophy to grant a wish, and he wants, I want to go back. I want to go back to before all this started. And he doesn't remember anything, because when you go back in time, you don't. But he just subconsciously knows that something fucked up happened to his life. And he was beaten and tortured and raped. Like it was, the C word does not even begin to cover what his teammates and the people around him, because he was like, oh, he's a dog. He just heals us. Who gives a shit? See, I'm getting more and more of these dynamics, these dynamic drivers. I think this is what it is. This TA1's got to be a dynamic, a single dynamic. Does it not say? Email trnearphone@foxmail.com. It looks like it's going to be a single dynamic. Very stout and metal with a okay wire, just okay, and some shit. Anyway, so he uses his wish to go back in time. He goes back to when it's like everything's happy. Oh, I found out I'm a hero, and he doesn't quite remember what he has to do. So he follows the same exact path, except he gets this sight He goes and he knows to get this thing that lets him see what his past was like. It's like, oh shit, these people were assholes to me. I'm about to go on this. He gets picked up by the princess. Oh, she's lovely. And he goes, oh fuck. So he starts building an early tolerance to the poison they get him addicted to, or the drugs they get him addicted to. The SeeAudio Neos. I just did the SeeAudio Yumis yesterday, and they're really fucking like quality. I approve of this packaging. Anyway, to cut this story into like an edible level of, you need edibles. He's planning his revenge on the bitch C-word princess and all the people who fucked him and drugged him and beat him. And so he's redoing time just to get revenge. And if you want to see that revenge, you don't have to wait long. It's like episode 2 or 3, maybe even 2 out of the first 4. Yeah, no, because he knows his skill set at that point. And wow, that is a very long quarter-inch adapter. You usually don't see the length that long. And he's the C-word now, but it's like a vengeance C-word, and we're like with him because we've seen the shit he's gone through, or they keep doing flashbacks of the shit he's gone through. And it's like, oh, it's a full-on hentai. It's full fucking, like, he just, if there's rape, you see well, you don't see the V or the D, but there's just like, there they are doing that thing on the TV. And that's why this is an anime and not a hentai, because it's actually airing somewhere on television. And that's very stiff. Usually you don't get stiff eye. It is very cold also. This was sitting out probably overnight in my mailbox. Yeah, so now he's on a quest of vengeance. And like I would love to describe the things that were done to him, but I can't because YouTube has limits of words. So what am I looking at? These look almost identical to the Yumis as far as shape. They come with a nicer case though. What's the delineation of these Neos? SeeAudio Neos. Pasta. These are probably Linsole. They sent me the Yumis, but it could be ifi Go or something. One of them. We are looking at 10. Oh my fucking god! 10 balanced armatures. Jesus fuck. That's not a little bit. That's a lot of bit. 4 Sions, 2 nulls, and 4 nulls for highs. That's interesting. I should probably actually leave them in the case to warm up, because if they're cold and there's vents and then there's moisture, it'll get in there. And cold and electronics is like, oh, it's fine until they get to warm, humid, and then it's like all of a sudden your shit's dripping like a cold glass in the summer. Anyway, yeah, redo of Healer is I like revenge stories. I think everyone likes watching revenge movies or shows. And this is a revenge show in spades with rape. And it's like rape on both sides. Like he's getting his revenge with the rape, but he got raped. This is the R word. I could say that, but I think it's oof. And like, I've never rooted somebody on to maliciously fuck with somebody else. But he's got a heart. Like he promised this other little cat girl that he bought at the slave market, not joking, revenge on the people who wronged her, which just happened to be the humans. So he's human, but he's like, all right, you know what? Let's just fucking kill all these humans, because you know you need your revenge too. You're a murderous, violent cat slave warrior who he has sex with. Because I forgot to mention, apparently in this world, if someone's a hero with the mark, and you want to improve your skills, you bang the hero. And like he was getting sexually assaulted by maids, like not like haha cute anime kinky hitting on him, like they were literally naked and riding his D on screen. Because oh my fucking god. Because that's just how I would write my anime, all right? That's in my world. If you get the fluids of the hero, you can possibly get stronger. So the cat girl who wanted the revenge wasn't very strong, so he's like, you're my slave. I'm gonna free you, and we're gonna do this together, but if you wanna be stronger, you should bang me. It's like, the man's my hero. Don't you understand? Tear down all those statues in Washington, D.C. and in the war memorials, and just put up the statue of this asshole, because he's got it going on. This is the thickest adapter I've ever fucking seen. 4.4 pin XLR to 4.4 Pentacon. I think it's a Yukamu. It is a Yukamu. I'm pretty obsessed with Yukamu wires because they're the ones I bought for like the ifi stuff, which speak of the devil. And I needed another one of the adapters. I only have one, and that is absurdly thick. The thickness is absurd. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I don't know where we go from here. Because he's got sort of his revenge. By the way, the spoiler alerts again. The princess that was the big C word. He brainwashed her into thinking that she was a very compassionate companion and loved his D. So now she's traveling all like happy and doesn't know that she's being literally fucked by the enemy. He's constantly brainwashing. It's just, what a revenge tale. And I'm 4 episodes into God knows how many episodes. So yeah, just redo of Healer. This is welcome to Z's anime reviews. I don't usually do, like, people have been asking me to do anime reviews, and I don't think I could review an anime, but I'll fucking sell you on the first 4 episodes of literally this is fucking hentai, and it's great. Here at Z Unboxing. Pasta's probably like, what the fuck is he talking about? Unless Pasta, I get you to watch it with me, because I know she gets real bored with things, like, movies are not her thing. But porn and revenge, that could always be someone's thing. I'm pretty sure revenge porn is like, if you're into revenge porn, this is literally porn based around revenge. And has decent animation, not the greatest. Oh, the final audio of VR 3000 for gaming. Oh God. What does that mean? When they do that, what does that mean? Because I'm not uncomfortable when they say something is for gaming. Main unit, great. What are you? 18 ohms, 101 dB per watt. Yeah, and 20 grams, and it comes with a button. Space design, reproduction, sound. They can't be that much. They can't be that expensive. Let's see. They are very stealth bomber pretty. They're also plastic, so they're very light. I don't hate like plastic IMs. Like, it's okay. Oh, I wasn't fast enough. Yes. That show is I'm upset that there isn't an episode 5. I'm just gonna keep smashing the refresh button because I gotta know where we're going. Who we banging next episode? Who we brainwashing? He's like he is like a legit healer, like a hero healer. It's just like he's like, all right, I'm redoing my world where I don't get sexually assaulted for my juices and drugged for my powers. Attached wire. Looks like a stealth bomber or the Batmobile. Not the Batmobile, like the Tumbler, which you can't call it the Batmobile. The Batmobile is always going to be the Michael Keaton Batmobile. That's the Batmobile. Fuck off. Or the original Adam West. 3-button thing. Attached wire. The wire's not bad. It's a standard IM. It's a 4-pole here. Not balanced, but for the mic. Okay, final. I haven't given finals IMs. I don't think I try ever. You could check my channel out. It also looks like a little bag. Okay, got a little bag, got a little thing. It's not bad. It's not as good as redo of Healer. It's just like, I don't know where because he's starting to get feels for the princess he brainwashed. Because he's like, she's really nice now. She was a capital C word, obviously, and he wants to get super revenge, and he did. He had like, I have a hot poker or my dick. Which one do you want inside of you? Like, that's how mad lad this fucking protagonist is. He's like, I'm either gonna burn your insides with this hot poker or I'm gonna poke your insides with this hot burner. And it was like, my God, I just laughed. I don't know, something like, you know when people laugh, like Pasta will laugh at inappropriate times. Pasta, I'm not calling you out on this, it's fine. But like, everyone will laugh. If something is so fucking horrifically like out of place, like your brain can't computate what the fuck's going on. So you just go, it's like how comedy works. And I was laughing at this shit, and I should not have been. I felt that wrongness, and it's like, Jesus Christ, how much farther can this go? Oh God, like I want to go into the description of one of the particular fucking scenes where it's a flashback to when the princess, she just poured the drugs on her hoo-hoo dilly. On her cha-cha. She poured them there, even though he's a slave, he's completely brainwashed on drugs. This is a flashback from when he was still fucked up. And she makes him lick the drugs, because he went drugs, and she calls him a filthy animal, and he sees he's got a little bit of a heart on, and she kicks the shit out of him, because she's like, you know, we castrate slaves around here, and she starts kicking him. So like, that's bad. He crawls out of the tent, and then the other girl, who apparently has like a lesbian love affair thing going on with the princess, is like, how dare you, you know, do that to our princess. And then she realizes that if she makes out with the dude's face, then she would have, through secondhand contact, gotten some of the princess's hoo-hoo dilly or cha-cha on her mouth. So she does that after beating him with a stick. Like, we are not talking, this show is just, and so she makes out with him while just getting off, and beats him with a stick, and then like hits him again after she's done, because like, he's a filthy man, and you know, that should not touch the princess. There's a lot in this. I'm going to be unpacking this for a while. But so after he survives the forced cunnilingus, drug-fueled forced cunnilingus, and then the forced makeout session after being beaten, he then crawls into his tent to find the big giant male part of the group, the dude, who's laid rose petals down so that he could anally, and he's like, you know, you're beautiful. You're so beautiful. You should die right now so that you always stay this beautiful. And he starts choking him, and he doesn't quite kill him. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I got carried away. I'll be better tomorrow when we do this again. And like, those flashbacks make you just like, wow. Yeah, no, these people have it coming. And I can't wait to see the other two people get it. It's going to be so good. I'm just going to watch. I hope he wins. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. I love it. I love how fucked up it is. Like, Interspecies Reviewers, that was a fucking fun romp. A bunch of dudes hanging out, going to brothels, banging weird chicks with weird abilities. It's like, yeah, did you have fun? I had fun. Everyone had fun. But this is redo of Healer, by the way. I'm going to keep saying the title of it. It does not belong. Because the thing is, it's got a thick plot with real characters and characterizations. And usually in hentai, it's like, are you my neighbor or my younger sister? Not related by blood. We should totally have sex through a hole in the wall. That's hentai, usually. And this is like story and world building. So 5 volt, 2.5 amp. I love how I'm not talking about the product. Baby. This is the ifi ifi Diablo. Probably Amazon on that. Let's see. Silica packet. I always toss those because they get on the floor and Chewbacca eats one, then they die. We've got a fiber optic adapter to 3.5. We've got one of those really nice. See, look, this is a silly giant 1/4 inch adapter, and this is a really nice, fancy ifi 1/4 inch adapter with a slightly narrower second band. I don't know why they love these. We've got the standard complement of ifi, gives you an extension because the unit's probably going to have that going on. We have got USB to USB-C miniature, and we've got a USB to plug adapter. Oh, so they want you to do this? Interesting, because ifi doesn't make their linear power supply that goes to USB-C, so now they got to supply that. Or you could charge it with a thing, so that's a thing. I'm sure ifi would not have checked the box that says, could you please do an unboxing when you're talking about this absolutely fucking Chad anime? I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been a thing. ifi branded case, very nice. Yeah, I need to talk to someone like a counselor. I'm sure we're gonna get more flashbacks too, like as I go along. He's just gonna keep getting flashbacks because every once in a while he changed his face because he's a healer and he has like the ability to morph people's faces. So he changed the princess's face, he changed his face. So every time you go to a flashback, you know that it's the flashback, and it's just like, is this serious? Did they really provide you with this? All right, I'll bite. Apparently we need this to hook up here. That spin infinitely? It does. So in case the case needs a handle, like a little handle. Oh, it's got pass-throughs. It's got wire pass-throughs on top. That's a lazy way to do a wire pass-through, but it works. This is here. It's got little removable thing so you can adjust. It's got two it's actually a nice case. Like, they're doing it right. Let's see what the fuck's in it, though. The little things. I'll never be able to get the wires or anything back into them, so I just toss them. It's easier that way. You are chunky, boy. Holy fark. This is a USB female. So, like this. It's got a, this is metal. This is like metal. It's got a square wave logo and then a power logo and then the USB-C plug, which it doesn't come with one. This is, I'm getting like my head. And look, it's that cable that I need. In fact, this is the one I had to go out and buy. This is a nice one. I bought the, you can move this. So it's a 4.4 Pentacon ifi, 2-strand. To the end you put into a, which is the side that, I never remember which side is coming and going. So yes, you would go into an amplifier. So you're coming out, this is a feed signal out. You think I would know this by this point. I've done so many balance things. So the signal always travels through the PP. This is a male, because the little PPs are in there. Speaking of redo of healer, little PPs are there. So that means you're going to be able to use this as a DAC into another thing. And let's give our impressions of this. It is cold. It is a big red brick. I'm going to wipe it off of my shirt because it's actually getting condensation from the cold difference. I should probably have waited to unbox this. Needs to be cleaned. ifi Diablo. The ass end of it, there's nothing on the sides. It's just a smooth. Actually, I don't hate this compared to the other ones. SPDIF input, so you have coaxial or fiber optic for using that adapter. Balanced output, which is what this is for in case you want to run another amplifier off of it. USB power, which is just a single USB-C. And USB input, which of course is this fucking thing. So you could do that, and everyone either praises it or hates this. Like, I don't, as long as you have like this cable, it's fine. I'm glad they provided at least a longer one than normal. I don't know the purpose of this. Like, what are we doing? Because this is going to be signal and power, but it comes from a cable that they did not provide. And I have this sort of like, this is like a USB-C 3.0 cable, 3.1 cable. But I mean, why that and not, like, what if this works? Why would you need this very expensive feeling metal box to convert from that to just that? What is it? Is this just a power conditioner in case you want to go the extra step? Because I'm going to have to try it now. It's me complaining because I have to do things because I'm a reviewer. But I'm going to have to plug this into the computer and run it. And then I'm going to have to plug this into the computer, or this plug into this, and then get another wire, which I have, luckily, and then try it like that and see if there's an improvement. So it's like, And then the front of this thing, it's actually not as heavy as I was expecting. I think they've gone with a thinner case because it's just so much. Their ifi cases are usually like fucking bulk. This is giant, by the way. 1/4-inch output, 4.4 Pentacon output. We have turbo normal eco mode. Oh, it's very, very low, which is good because you don't want to accidentally fucking whoop into turbo, because I think this is like 6 watts a channel. Hold on a second, boys and girls. It's 5 watts a channel balanced at 32 ohms. That's a lot. You don't want to hit that turbo button. And then we have an LED, and then we have, oh God, I love this LED, by the way. Like, whatever they've done, they put it behind just enough Lexan, and then they've roughed up the end of it. So it doesn't actually, like, it doesn't shine at all, but it just is that color. And I fucking please other companies, take example from this, because that's what a power LED should look like. It shouldn't like glow like a flashlight. It should just be this color. It looks like an LCD screen. It's just now blue or now yellow or now red. And it's fantastic. And I would recommend ifi just for the fact that they have that going on. And I know it's just an LED behind a big chunky piece of filter, so that you don't see, there's no delineation of like brightness. It just is. So yeah, I'm interested to hear this thing. No X space, no weird funky buttons. It's another one of those ifi products that like, I don't hope they're not getting away from the X space and the 3D stuff, because that is like my favorite part of ifi. But I think you're going that because it is the Diablo. El Diablo. And I'm sure he's, by the way, going to have sex with the Demon Lord, because when he killed her the first time around, she was kind of hot. We'll get there. I'm sure we'll get there. And then he wants, I think his goal, his overall goal is to take over the world. I don't know. He's the best, worst protagonist. And I'm happy that we're all here together to experience it. What if I do this? See, now my Yukamu is a 4.4 into that. So I could actually now plug this into a headphone amp and then feed this into the back of another headphone amp to feed it. And I don't think you should do that. Anyway, I'm sorry for this 23-minute long unboxing, but I had to talk about a show that is in my brain right now. And it's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like I couldn't watch, you get caught watching that at work, you are fired. It's like, are you watching shows at work, Johnson? And it's just like, my dick's rock hard. What is he doing? Oh, God.